Hello everyone, Dave from Erie Arachnids. We're going to do some feedings. We're going to start with the Palma auratum female. See if she might be interested in, over here, dear. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I knew you would take it. Too bad we can't focus on her, right? Focusing on the substrate instead. Yeah, she's a young female, young juvenile. So it really isn't the video I want to do for the first one of 2020. I wanted to do a new edition stuff, but we still in a little delay pattern with the new stuff coming in. So I decided I got to get something out. So let's feed some spiders, and then we could talk a little bit as we're doing it. I know some people enjoy that, some people can't stand it, but I have dirt, sorry, on my camera. There we go. Yeah, so I don't know what I have out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's a whole bunch I could feed, so we'll just film what we can. I don't want to make it too long. I do plan on having a Eupalastris campistratus care video coming out soon. Also a Cosmus elegans video coming out soon too, as well as the Sicarius thomasoides, the six-eyed sand spider from Chile. Both my little ones molted again, so they'll be ready to feed. We'll do a video just strictly with them. So let's move on to the next spider. Okay, so next up is one of the African species. This is the Cerrado sanderi hobby form. Let's see if she'll come out. This is also a confirmed female. Let me zoom down just a little bit. Here we are zoomed down all the way. She was just out a little while ago, but I accidentally bumped over my Cosmus leetsies enclosure. I kind of spooked her. I'm going to have to redo her. A little one here. Come on, a lot of these spiders haven't eaten this year yet, so I can't imagine that she's, let's try it in front of her maybe. There we go. Yeah, I'm putting it at the other entrance and she's right there in front of my face. Alright, so that's the female Cerrado sanderi. Quick, easy takedown, mealworm. Not much to this species, dry as you can see. I don't have a water dish in there for her. I do mist every now and then with her, but very, very rarely. She generally gets her moisture from whatever it is that she's eating. I had no problems. There are a few African species that I've found that need to be a little bit more moisture dependent. One of them being my Tarantulas cordatus moss dog. That one seems to like and enjoy damp substrate, the sphagnum moss that's kind of wet, but this gal here prefers it to be dry. Okay, next one up is the Grammostola porteri female. She's usually a bulldog when it comes to food. She's going to be all dainty now. You're not going to let that bury itself, are you, dear? Yeah, it's right there. You know exactly what it is. She actually prefers mealworms over crickets. Over roaches. Yeah, you're letting it bury itself, sweetheart. Yeah, I know. Here, do you want it? She's being very nonchalant about this. I'm holding the camera right now, so pardon the swing. Apparently I need to, let's turn this on, see if this helps at all. Yeah, it helps a little bit, huh? My light is dying here, so. There you go. Or are you just playing with it? You are just playing, aren't you? I don't want that. She's interested. She just needs to commit. So we're going to be getting this bedroom done here soon. Going from queen size bed down to a twin XL. Give me a little bit more room, table room to film. This I'd prefer filming on this table longwise instead of widthwise. I have more room to work with, and the tripod's got more room to be put on there. So hopefully in the next week or so, maybe the next video that I do will be done that way. So, well, enough of her. Let's move to someone else. Next is my Palma Baumgart female. Yeah, I knew that you would be hungry. She molted sometime in December, and I tried to feed her twice and she didn't take it. So this is the first time actually since she's molted that she's actually taken the prey. She's rather calm. You're just gonna sit there with it. A lot of my Palma don't do much when they get the prey, they just kind of sit there. And as soon as I shut the filming off, then it'll start doing the happy dance, twisting around, jumping up and down, rolling in circles, and alright, let's move on to another. Okay, so this one here is the Homoyouma species blue, unsexed, young juvenile. These are tanks when it comes to food. They really, I don't know, the flash is on right now. I don't know that I like the flash on. Maybe, let me try just turning this light off real quick. Yeah, see, I don't really think you get the, I think this works good in like vials for sling feeding, but I'm going to turn the flash on for the next feeding. I'm surprised this one hasn't molted yet, to be honest with you. Still eating though. Okay, let's proceed. Okay, here's another recently molted tarantula. See if we can get it to come out. This is a young male Rosea. No, I'm not going to let you dig. There you go, big girl. Big boy, yeah. Yeah, I know you're hungry. Sorry, this is a male Rosea. He is absolutely stunning at this size already. Just the beautiful rose-colored hair. Good-looking guy. Alright, let's move on. Okay, so this guy here is one of my favorite tarantulas that I own. This is my Palma species Bolivia mature male. Let's see if he might be interested in eating. Oh yes, he is still eating good. He's been doing well since he's matured, so he's a little over a month, I believe, mature. Let's see if we can get him in some more light. I don't know. Without that fluorescent light up here, we don't do justice to his beautiful coloration. I just cannot find a female for him. Just seems like nobody that I know has one, and a couple people that I do know that have them, they are still young, or you know, you can see look at the pedipalps there, so you can see the bulbous ends there where the what are you doing? Yeah. It's really, really dark. Let me see if I can get a light and then get a better picture of it. Okay, so here's with a little added light there. You can see, fighting away with that. You can see the emboli there. That's the board wasn't coming to me there. Oh yeah, fight. But he's still doing well, very active. Not going crazy active, but he's not very big at all. The spider does not get big as a female. I think only around 4 inches. And he's, you can see, there is a water or a milk jug lid. So milk jug lid's probably, what, 2 inches? So he's maybe at 2¼ 2½ at best. My favorite little, I'll be heartbroken when this guy passes away if we haven't found him a female. I give this one a shot. See, this is the Tarantulas Guardi, Fort Hall Baboon. I don't generally remember to say the common names, but I remembered this one, so. These will build somewhat of a trap door. And this one's actually been rather placid and calm. Doesn't really seem to want to eat though, which doesn't really surprise me. This hasn't been one of the better eating baboons that I've had. And it is a little, you can see it's a little bit large in the abdomen, so we might be approaching a molt here real soon, but we'll show it to you anyway, right? Let's see if we can get some. He's behind the webbing. I believe this is a female. Okay, so let's see if this one comes out. This is a recently molted male Goomba Cibola. He's a good looking chap. I thought he was going to mature in this molt, but he didn't. So we have probably one more molt with him. No, there's no way you're not hungry. It's a very good eating species. Brazilian redhead, I think, is the common name. Guess we don't want to come out. Okay, so he finally did take it. Now he's playing camera shy now. Let's see what we can do about shining a little light on the topic there, huh? Yeah, he's going to stay back in there. It's his motive, or MO, I should say. Motive of operandi, right? Or apparatus, what is it? Leave that down in the comments down below. Yeah, he's been a great eater. Like I said, I was hoping that he would mature because there is a female in Ohio that's ready for a male, but he didn't. So we'll have to wait, and hopefully he lines up with another female. Okay, this is another one of my favorite spiders. This is Elasti polycuspilitis. We'll see. We have to entice this one to come out, though. Let's see if we can get it to come out. Come on. There you go. Get that big hornworm. Get it, get it. Well, this will be a good meal from you. This will be the second feeding of this one since it molted last. Apparently the hornworm needs to move, huh? This one's very sporadic in its eating. It always has been. it'll go many, 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 many months without eating, and it just keeps getting bigger. That's the problem, is it was gaining size, gaining size, gaining size, you know, abdominal, of course, and then it would molt. And then it would eat good for 2 or 3 months, and then it would wait for 3, 4, 5 months, and then it would molt. At this size now, it seems to be eating just a tad bit better. I guess not. All right, well, doesn't want it. Okay, this is the Harpactira curator. This one's been a really, really good eater. Probably, oh, apparently not. That's really, really fascinating. This has been one of my best eating baboons that I have, actually. I don't have anything to do with it, so we're not gonna. Did you change your mind? Try again. Oh yeah. Oh nope. We're not. We don't want it. All right. I'll get rid of it. All gone. Big bad mealworms all gone. All right. So our Harpactira curator did not want to eat at all. This guy, this gal, this girl, this guy, I don't know. This is the tarantulas marinus from the Mikumi locale. Yeah, we're gonna come out. I can see the movement right, seeing that right across from the mealworm on the left-hand side. That's probably where you're gonna see it come out, but there was some movement. There we are. Yeah, come on out. I don't get to see you very often, so I'd actually like to see the whole of you. Once this next order comes in, there we go. There's some more Harpactira coming in, 3 more, so we'll do a baboon video. Hopefully we'll be able to get some of them out and about. These tarantulas marinus are very, very, well, how should I say it, recluse. They don't come out very often. The one that does is the Zimbabwe, and that one is built its entire webbing above. I will show you the enclosure, but it built everything up on top, and it's even hard to open up the enclosure lid. Okay, this is the Cerrado brachycephalus. Let's see if it'll be interested in actually taking the worm. There's the little horn. Man, you eat worms all the time. We'll touch it, we'll touch it, we'll touch it. Do I want to eat it? Nope, doesn't want to do it. Or am I just making too much, moving too much probably? Bumping the side of the enclosure, trying to help use that to hold up my phone. Guess not. Not today. At least not while I have the camera on anyway. Alright, let's try another one. Okay, so you could see in the hole there, you can see that iridescent greenish color of the bottom of the tarsa of this spider. This is probably my rarest tarantula, and as a small sling, probably the most expensive. Well, maybe not. I mean, Tcelldonias are pretty expensive. Yeah, maybe second most expensive, but these babies are going for a pretty decent amount of money. This is the Cithronathus hosei, or hosei. It's a actual arboreal tarantula. Asia, I believe Malaysia. I'm not 100% positive on that. Yeah, it's got from somewhere down there, Malaysia, Thailand, Myanmar, something in that area. I would, Cambodia maybe. I'd have to look and see exactly where these ones come from. But as a sling, it's set up fossorially, and that's how it's lived most of its life, but it is now going to get bumped up to a arboreal. There you go, little one. An arboreal enclosure like this. So it'll have, you know, enough substrate for it to dig in, and then we will put some cork bark and some plants in there for it to make it a little bit more aesthetic, even though aesthetic doesn't pan out well for video. So it'll look nice, you just may never see it. So yeah, Citronathus Rosea. And here's the wolf spider that we caught at work a while back. There you go, take your food and have fun. What we're going to feed is the Chilobrachys huahini. I'm not sure the sex on this one, but it has, this is probably the species that I found has grown the fastest for me out of any other species that I own. The last one that I had, I got it as a small sling, and it matured in just over 18 months to a male. Didn't get huge. You know, these are big spiders. Females are big. He was probably about 4.5 to 5 inches upon maturity, but his size was very deceptive because he didn't really show it. This one has grown very, very quickly. I got it the same size as the Discalus and the Burma, and this one's doubled their size. So I'm going to assume that this one's probably going to be a male as well, if it decides to come out and feed, which it doesn't look like it's going to. So unfortunately, we're going to end on a sour note of not having a spider come out. And these Chilobrachys are very, very vicious eaters. So when they are hungry, they generally will pounce. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And this one doesn't seem to want to come out at all. Never had a problem with this one feeding unless it's in pre-molt, so it's very, very likely that that's what's going on here. You can see the entrance is sealed. This is not anything new. This one will seal the entrance even when it's not in pre-molt. And sometimes it'll sneak out over here on me. It did do that to me once, kind of caught me off guard because I was over here filming, and next thing I know, the spider come that way and kind of startled me. So, okay, well, it wasn't the best of my videos, but hey, you guys want to do a real quick update on the Tcelldona? I'll show you real quick if you want. We'll end that way. Okay, so we redid this. The actual enclosure that it was in was sent to me. So you can see that it's got a sponge on the top, or foam. This I'm sure is for the ventilation. The constant ventilation will come through that, but there's the little one right there. I rehoused it from the enclosure that was in, that you guys saw the other day, into this, and it jumped from the other enclosure onto my leg, and I was petrified because it's so small that I wasn't going to be able to see it. But then it started doing its robo walk, which if you've ever seen them actually walking around, they actually look like a robot the way that they walk. It's very methodical. And that's, this camera doesn't really pick up the beauty of these. And of course, he's or she's not doing much of anything. It generally stays, in the other enclosure, it had different bark, but that bark is pretty similar, and it would sit right there on the very top. Then, a couple days later, it was on the lid, and it stayed on the top or bottom side of the lid for a day or two. Then it went back to its normal spot, and, moving it into here, that's exactly what it did. It found this little spot. It changed it so there is some actual substrate down there instead of just the moss that I had in the lichen. We're going to see what happens. Hopefully it'll build its little trapdoor sometime soon, but, it's cool that they do, but I'm not going to be disappointed if it doesn't, because then you'll be able to see it. I'm going to do some little movement. It's constantly cleaning itself. I've never seen a tarantula clean itself as much as this one has. And it curls itself right up. It will bring the legs up in, I call it the way that they're the star look, where all their legs are kind of bent and sticking up over top of their abdomen and carapace. It does that quite often. I'm sorry, I'm moving all over the place. I'm just trying to get as good of a shot as I possibly can. It's so small, and it's very, very difficult to pick it up with this my phone camera. Anyway, excuse me, I'm getting the hiccups. So on that note, we're going to end it here. Thanks for tuning in. We're only about 20, roughly 20, a little less than 20 away from 3K subscribers. Again, thanks to Mimulus, who kind of gave me a little boost there that kind of, pushed me from 2,400 to where we're at now, which is 2,983 or 84, something like that. So hopefully, any of you that has watched this video that aren't subscribers wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button to get to that 3K mark. Generally, when you hit to that 3K mark, your numbers grow quicker after that. So, all right. Well, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys all in the next video. Hopefully, it will be a new additions video. If not, we'll do something like, a species specific or genera specific, like the Nandus or the Chilobrachys or the Brachypalmas, something of that nature. And then look forward to the care videos for you, Euapolatrus campostratus and the Cereocosmus elegans and the six-eyed sand spiders, the Sicarius thomasoides. See you guys all in the next one, and happy keeping.